Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we got another Madden NFL 17 prediction for you guys. We're going to be going over the NFC East Team ratings prediction overalls this week. As always, we got new videos every week for team predictions for at least probably the next 4 or 5 weeks until we get done with the division ratings. We already did some player ratings, might do some more. But if you haven't done or haven't checked out the player ratings yet, go ahead. Check them out, subscribe, you'll see them on my channel. Hopefully you like them as well. Always interested to hear what you guys have to say about these overall ratings, team ratings. I know everybody's going to have a different opinion, especially when it's their favorite team. So I try to do the best I can to be unbiased about it and go straight through why some of these teams have certain overalls. And first of all, first team on the list here is going to be the Giants. And I'm going to have to say right away, they do have a low overall, but I'm going to try to do my best to explain why they do have such a low overall, because quite frankly, they probably will not play to that overall. I think they'll play better, but like I said, I'll try to do best I can at explaining it. So like I said, we got the Giants here, number 77 overall, real low. There was total offense 8th last year, 30th in points allowed defense, so they played real poorly defensively. Eli Manning still played great. Rashad Jennings started to come on at the end of the year, but they've always struggled at the run game. Eli Apple's been drafted by them to help out that defense. They always got guys like Prince Amukamara that they can hope. They have guys that hope can. They have guys that they hope can improve that defense, indeed as well. So hopefully they can get that defense around. But right now, I don't see a lot of elite guys that are gonna give them a really high overall, quite frankly. Such as, you know, they don't have a strong offensive line. Well, they have an alright defensive line, but they don't have a strong offensive line, obviously. So that's another area they're not going to see a lot of high overalls. So I think they don't have enough really great players to make that overall go up, but I think they have a good enough team to definitely contend for that division. So coming in here at number 3, obviously, is the Philadelphia Eagles. 78 overall, finished 7-9 last year, 12th in total offense, 28th in points allowed. And let's be honest, I've never been a Chip Kelly guy, so I'm just going to go right out and say it. Chip Kelly destroyed the Eagles. This was a playoff contending team. He thought, oh, I'm going to come in here, tear it apart like it's Oregon, and I'm going to make it my team. And he obviously did not do a good job of that. I mean, they no longer have Murray either, so that's going to help their overall go down. Their QB situation they have to deal with this year. They got Carson Wentz they drafted, but he's obviously going to have a low overall, so that's not going to help their overall at all. Byron Maxwell was not worth the money. And now we're going to talk about their defense. He was definitely, overpaid, didn't play up to his abilities. But they did have guys on defense still like Fletcher Cox, Malcolm Jenkins on the bright side. They have great defense. 2 years ago, these guys were a great defensive team, one of the best in the league. So you cannot take away from the fact that these guys have the defensive potential. That's why we're going to give them a 78 still, because they do have a great team still, don't get me wrong. But, that offense last year just straight out wore out that defense. It was on the field way too much because the offense just couldn't generate anything. So that's going to bring us to number 2, and that's the Redskins. They finished 9-7, won a division last year. We're only going to give them an 82 overall, though. They had 24.2 points per game last year, 10th in the league, 17th in points allowed defense. So this middle of the pack, not bad, obviously. Kirk Cousins had a breakout year, so that definitely helped bring that team to a 9-7 record. I think his overall goes up this year. They still had a poor run game. They only averaged 3.7 yards per carry among all their running backs. So they got some work to do there in the run game. Like I said, their defense was middle of the pack. They tried to pick up a guy like Josh Norman, top 10 corner, to help that defense. So I think that'll help their overall go up as well a little bit, bringing in a guy like Josh Norman. Of course, somebody like Preston Smith as well. He had 8 sacks last year in his rookie year. A lot of bright side for that guy coming up here in the future. So hopefully, another guy that they think can help that team out tremendously and possibly, improve on that 9-7 record. But as of right now, we're going to give them an 82 overall because of the fact that they still do, they have a lot of these up and rising guys that definitely won't be 95. Preston Smith's probably not going to be 95 overall, let's be honest. But he's definitely going to, he's going to live up to that potential at some point in time. He's a great player. So coming in now at number 1 is the Dallas Cowboys. We're only going to give them an 85 overall. Why? Because they finished 4-12 last year. I get it. They was beaten up. They had no Romo. They had no Bryant for, quite the season. It was atrocious. When Romo was there, though, 5 TDs, 7 INTs. Just saying. But they still, they got that great offensive line. So that's definitely going to keep their overall up, as that offensive line plays tremendously. Because, any running back would love to run behind them. And then coming, they got guys like Jalen Smith or Ezekiel Elliott coming in off of the draft this year. So they have a bright future at running back. Hopefully Jalen Smith can help out that defense. The defense was really put in a bad spot, though, last year. So can they rebound is a real big question because, another team that had a poor offense, and you really have to wonder if the fact that their offense did struggle so mightily is the reason their defense, was a direct effect. It wasn't nearly as bad as, the Eagles defense were stuck on the field because their offense, but they definitely were not given the best offensive team of the year last year. So we're not ready to give them an 88 or 89 just because you can't, quite frankly, because of the way they did play last year. You got to take into consideration, even though they will probably be a playoff contender team this year, you have to take into consideration the way they did play last year when you put in this overall. So hopefully you guys like the prediction video. As always, this is pretty much concludes it. I like to hear what you have to say, so let me know what you guys' opinions are. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.